What's going on, my friends out there? Welcome to Gamers with Gains. So today we're talking a little bit about Super Smash Bros. More specifically about the tournament scene or just the community scene in general for Smash Bros. A lot of people out there love being part of the scene, love kind of, communicating with other fans of the game, partaking in tournaments, enjoying the game as it's meant to be joined, or taking it to a whole nother level. This is all fine and dandy and this is all cool. But there's a couple things I want to talk about that I feel that the scene or the community in general really needs a lot more of. It needs a lot more welcoming players. It needs a lot more people willing to not only be able to welcome newer players or newer people that are just coming into Smash Bros. For maybe the first time. Maybe they never played any of the previous games and such, but just generally a more welcoming community for those types of people. Now, I've seen a variety of different things, online, in different forum posts and such, and I always feel like, it's a very harsh environment just with fighting games in general, but particularly with the Smash Bros. Scene. One of the things that I always thought that was kind of amazing to me is that pretty much there's this kind of mentality that where if you're coming into the fighting game community or you're coming into the Smash community in particular, you always have to take your lumps. I was never really a fan of that because I always felt that that was something that really scared away a lot of people that are just trying to come in and enjoy the game or celebrate some of the better aspects of the Smash Bros. Series in general. You find this a lot with fighting games because that fighting game community with that type of mentality really was homegrown in the arcade scene of guys just getting together, going to the local pizzeria, the local arcade, and just really kind of like, just shooting it off with each other and really trying to, present themselves not only just as men or at least, as mature adults and such, but also as, viable players, that were quote unquote killers of the scene where they would beat a lot of people in the game overall or just travel from tournament to tournament, etc. With Smash Bros, I always get a little bit of hint of that, here and there, but maybe not to the same type of extent. But what I really find is that people that are really just trying to come in and enjoy the game, for most of the time, are usually just shunned away. Be either a lot of the silliness that happens from a lot of the players that are always trying to be much more pure and much more radical for the idea of playing the game on a tournament level, or just for the sake that they just want to throw how good they are in front of other players, especially newer players and people that aren't necessarily good skill-wise in the game, just kind of throw it in their face to give themselves some sort of validation or some sort of good positive feeling. And I always thought that was detrimental to the scene as a whole, or just the community as a whole. That isn't a type of a way to really kind of, get more people involved, get much more a different pool and kind of like open-ended pool of players involved with the Smash Bros. Series. Whether it's Melee, whether it's Brawl, whether it's Project M, or Smash Bros. 3DS and Wii U, you have to be able to be a community and a scene that's welcoming to more people trying to get involved with it. A lot of people, and again, just various different scenes, and I keep comparing it to the fighting game community, we get so upset when a lot of other bigger outlets really try to cover the scene, and they're seeing all these kind of like negative aspects and stuff, and they spotlight it all the time. But I was always of the mindset, like, okay, those are some of the worst aspects of the community and such, and it is a pain in the butt that they're really kind of focusing on that, but nobody really makes a conceited effort from within the community to actually really go out and really show these people some of the better aspects of it. Now, with Smash Brothers, this isn't the case. It's a much more of a fighting game community issue and problem. But, there are those little things, that happen here and there that really kind of like showcase, some of the worst aspects of us or people that really love the game as a whole. That's a general statement, I know, and it might not go for everybody that's in the scene and such. But, okay, it is something that is still there, and it is something that a lot of newer players or people that aren't really well informed usually get this kind of like idea of when it comes to just saying like, oh, I play Smash Brothers most of the time, or I'm a tournament player, Smash Brothers. And I noticed this when actual Zero's probably the best player in the world right now. He's from Chile. He actually came out and said like, I wanted to have a little bit of a break from going to one of the tournaments, which I think already passed, if I'm not mistaken. He wanted to have a little bit of a break because he's been on the grind so much, trying to win tournaments, trying to be at his top level play, and trying to do videos for not only newer players to kind of get into, but for everybody to really enjoy. And a lot of people gave him a lot of flack because of that, because they wanted to see much more in-depth types of series, devoted to how to play specific players, how to actually get into the minutia of being tournament level, trying pretty much people wanting to be like Zero. They want him to tell everybody how to be like him in some sort of fashion. And I thought it was great, the type of statements that he put out there. It's like, listen, the type of videos that I make are for people that are really just trying to get into it, that are really trying to kind of curious about playing Smash Bros. Not really so much in the knee water high type of stuff that's in there already. They're not already deep into it as it is. I'm trying to get more people to come into the scene. I'm trying to get more people playing a lot of these characters or just playing the games in general, trying to enjoy the game as a whole, not just trying to kill everybody in tournament play. And I thought that was a very powerful place to come from. And I thought that was a very interesting way to kind of, present his thoughts and opinions about bringing more people into the scene. I thought that was very cool. That's one of the reasons why he's one of the better players of the world, and I think that that's one of the reasons why he's one of the players that a lot of people tend to gravitate to besides his success in EVO and such. And I feel we need a little bit much more of that. We need more players and more people in general that have that same type of mindset, is that trying to be welcoming, trying to include more people into it, not necessarily just trying to cater to a small demographic of people that are the hardest of the hardcore, that are the people that are just smash mouth all over the place at like different tournaments and such, that are trying to learn the frame data of every single specific character that's out there, or the people that are just shunning others away for not knowing a particular fact or not playing a character a certain way. You have to be a little bit much more welcoming in the Smash Brothers community, guys. That's all I'm putting out there. But not only just online, with all the stupidity and the craziness and the trolling that goes on there, but at tournaments, on forums and such, we have to be able to kind of like bring more people into it, to be a little bit much more welcoming, present ourselves in a much more better light. So not only people could see how much fun it is to play the game at such a tournament level, but how much fun it is to be part of this growing demographic of people that's out there. So that's just my thoughts on the matter. Again, take whatever you will, whatever you guys want to get from that. Put it in the comment section below. I'm interested to know some of your guys' opinions about the matter, as far as being more welcoming into the scene, as far as including more people, the tournament level, the kind of, the whole kind of like nitty and gritty of being part of this scene. Put it in the comment section below, and I will talk to you guys again real soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, for all of my different videos that I have on the Gamers with Gains channel, not just about Smash Brothers, including some videos and stuff that I've done in the past, but also about other games, including reviews, gaming motivation, and all other kinds of cool stuff. I will talk to you guys again real soon. Peace out, stay epic, everybody.